Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Triangle Strategy. Just finished chapter 12 and ready to do the next one.
Esfrost and Glenbrook remained strong after declaring a trade stop with Hyzant. Gustadolf sends Erica to Hyzant to deliver his ultimatum, and dispatches an army to Glenbrook to increase the pressure on the Holy State. Hyzant, under the banner of Prince Roland, sends Minister Serenoa Wolfort of the Saintly Seven to prepare for retaliation. Softly but surely, Norzelia descends into war once more.
Those are the Archduke's wishes. I implore you not to forget that this is his final offer. Come to think of it, I heard that Wolfort was added to your saintly ranks. Where might he be?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. The dealings of the Saintly Seven are our business, and ours alone.
How disappointing. I had hoped to congratulate him on his promotion.
That wretched woman. Those are hardly wishes.
Esfrost all but demands us open the source to restore our diplomatic relations.
The Duchy fears neither a lack of salt nor the goddess's shield. We can assume they have a plan in mind.
Then this was no more than a ploy to stall for time. We had best expedite House Wolfort's plans to take the capital. Minister Exham, send word to Minister Serenoa.
You wish to lend us Hyzant's new weapon?
Yes, it was a directive from the Holy One. The weapon is one Minister Lila developed in secret.
I compressed a vast quantity of magic into crystal form. We call this weapon Elfric. The blast crystals have yet to be perfected, but they can decimate a castle wall easily enough.
We thank you for your support.
Be forewarned that their power makes him unwieldy in an average battle.
They are not meant to be used on people. Furthermore, we are only giving you a single blast crystal.
Regardless, I am certain it will come in handy while recapturing Whiteholm Castle.
Its incomplete nature makes it regrettably tricky to use, but Milo should be able to take care of that for you. Use them both wisely. I am Milo. A dancer by trade, but assistant to the Saintly Seven on occasion. I shall serve you, Minister Serenoa, until we reclaim the capital.
You sure you'll be okay?
You needn't worry. It isn't my first time flirting with danger. A Hyzantian spy?
Very likely.
The blast of the Elfric should help you catch the enemy unawares. Both my army and Minister Camcells will join in the attack. Can we entrust command to you, Minister Serenoa?
Most certainly. And the crystal will be key in our plan to reclaim Glenbrook.
Okay, let's see here. We've got a side story here in Central Esfrost. It says Sicarus reports a theft in the archives to Gustadolf.
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sigris.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders, but they'd already fled beyond our reach.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more sensitive texts. All they were able to make off with was a single book, penned by the late Lady Orlea.
Orlea? She left behind a message of sorts?
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those wishes were forgotten.
Thalos or Erica must have hidden it from her. They derived no greater pleasure than from tormenting her. Do we know what was written in this book?
No. Storage records indicate it was protected by some arcane seal.
It must be of some significance, if she would go to such lengths to protect it from prying eyes. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation, for which she fought so fiercely. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses. It is more important that we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
Aye, Your Grace.
Alright, let's do the main story here at the Telior streets. It says, under secret orders, Huet scouts the Telior domain with Flugi.
Benedict asked me to scout out Telior and where the Esfrosti soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Alright, looks like, yeah, we just have the Whiteholm Castle next. A missive arrives at Whiteholm Castle informing Thalos and the others of the outcome of Erica's negotiations with Hyzant.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzant refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzant would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations were meant to buy us time. Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move. Damn it all! This wasn't supposed to happen.
If you play with fire, you get burned. Now we have no recourse but to meet them in battle without the Archduke.
So it has come to war, then?
We just have to beat them at their own game. Their newest saint is heading the vanguard. You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit, right, Cordelia?
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such impudence toward the Queen.
Queen? This child is nothing more than a puppet. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora. A general has no right telling the Prime Minister what to do.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General Avlora. I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom until my dying breath, no matter who may stand against me.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora. Your charge knows not how powerless she is.
Worry not, Your Majesty. I shall protect you.
Because I am to wed the Archduke?
Because you are a warrior. One who does not give up, even if she must fight her battles alone. I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. I entered the army to make a place for myself. So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General of Laura. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustadolf have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
Indeed. But Gustadolf has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Patriot and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General of Laura, I can. They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Esfrosti general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you've told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General of Laura!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. For my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General of Laura.
Okay, looks like we've got a voting stage here. The party decides how to use the new weapon gifted to them by Hyzant.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it. No matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water. And to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Esfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate?
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telior and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy? Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
We now have 3 paths before us, each with its own merits and shortcomings, but which one will lead House Wolfort to victory? I think I'm going to end up going with infiltrating the castle this time. It looks like that's red. Which one is red? Red is Liberty. In terms of the golden route, this choice doesn't matter at all. Like you can choose any of them and you'll still be on the golden route, so no worries there. Let's head on into the town. And we'll do the exploration here. Some quality iron right away in the corner. Let's talk to this guy here. Lord Serenoa, you've been out and about quite often lately. Is something amiss? Can't help but notice the comings and goings of Hyzant soldiers too. Something about it bodes ill. You just mind your own business. Don't worry about those soldiers. Let's... There's nothing else in here. HP recovery pellet. I heard that Elfric is still in development and only a few people are privy to its details. According to the rumors, its blast could blow a hole straight through a castle wall. Could we really use such a thing in battle? Aelfric is still in development? Are they hoping to use this battle to test its powers? There's a chance we're exposing the people to greater damage than we thought. We must consider its placement very carefully. Lord Serenoa, we've returned from scouting the capital. The Crown City is teeming with Esfrosti soldiers, and it appears that a second force led by General Avlora is defending Whiteholm Castle. So Esfrost has soldiers stationed throughout the city and around the castle, the latter led by General Avlora no less. I doubt a full frontal attack would work to our favor. This is definitely worth considering when making our strategy. Here's Milo. Lord Serenoa, I shall accompany you wherever you go. I'm sure my knowledge of Aelfric will be of great service to you. My lord, how is your father doing? The people are worried. We haven't heard any tidings of his health for some time now. This person here, the top option is morality, middle utility, and bottom is liberty. I'm going with liberty. I appreciate your concern, but you needn't worry. My father is the strongest man I've ever known. Doubtless he'll be back on his feet in no time. Look forward to the day already. I have the utmost faith in Lord Simon. But I forget myself. You must be so busy, Lord Serenoa. My apologies for detaining you. Please don't apologize. I'm happy to know the people care about my father, so... Lord Simon is a true hero to us all, and not because he brought the Salt Iron War to its end. We respect him because he has a heart of gold and walks astride his people. Thank you. Neither my father nor I could ask for a better people. My uncle's a soldier, but he's always busy these days. I haven't been able to talk to him at all. Right. 1,000 coin. Superior iron. Oops. Actually, I want to go back in here. Yeah, it looks like I did get everything, though. Yeah, alright. Here's a merchant. Welcome. How can I be of service today? You can sell me all your stuff. There should be like a buy all option. That'd be fun. This guy's got some speed rings. Accuracy amulet. Evasion amulet. Oh, even a speed amulet. Those are really good. So we're getting, yeah, this guy's got some of the T2 stuff. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Wow, I didn't have any quality fiber? That's pretty wild. Back when I, farmed the crap out of Chapter 7, I did actually notice that quality fiber seemed to be the hardest of the items to get. Okay, well, it looks like that is it. Did I go in here already? No. Alright, there's it. Same cat that's been here in the Wolfort area for a while. Okay, here's a wind amulet. Now, some of this stuff might be, I don't know, maybe the locations are weird or maybe changed. Depending on if you use the fire traps, I don't know. But there's the black anklet. That thing is really good. I think I usually equip that on Decimal. Yeah, here's the resurrection earring. Automatically revives the warrior or wearer once per battle. Black anklet says increases strength, magic attack, physical defense, and magic defense, but deals damage to you at the start of your turn. So usually when I'm using this, it's on Decimal actually because he generally stays safe, right? So you're not really worried about taking hits with Decimal anyway. And then he's going to have, or it's going to have, a bunch of support from, other characters. Like Medina is really good for helping him out eventually. I don't think she's quite there yet, but yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing here. Alright, this is the added Roland's Wanted poster to notes. Let's take a look at that. Haven't had a look at any notes for a while. Is this Roland's Wanted poster? There it is. I, Gustadolf Esfrost, Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, hereby order the arrest of His Royal Highness Prince Roland of the Kingdom of Glenbrook. The prince is 20 years of age, gold of hair, and blue of eye. He has in his possession a ring bearing the insignia of the royal family. Whomsoever captures the prince and delivers him to the duchy officials unharmed will be rewarded with a sum of 100,000 coin, which is pretty cheap. I mean, I have 6 times that, bro. Gotta give me a little bit more than that. I think at one point I had like 800k, so I just dumped a lot of my cash, it looks like. Alright, let's see here. My reserves are still stocked, but I do not know how long that will last. The duchy's trade embargo has me worried, to say the least. The soldiers look like they're preparing for something. Is another big battle on the horizon? The Byzantine soldiers that were bringing relief supplies look like they're readying for war too. Indeed. Big battles are a-comin'. Nothing in this house, I guess. Okay. The scouts we sent to the capital returned not a moment ago. Our preparations are continuing apace, but I worry about sharing the field with the Byzantine troops. Came here hoping to bring my aunt to live with me in the capital. Esfrost's invasion took me by surprise, but life's been easier since. We can enjoy freedom of trade and no longer have to give offerings to the crown. It seems the people living in the Crown City aren't suffering as much as I thought they'd be. Okay, well that's good. And looking like there's nothing in this house either. That's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, so if you changed the or if you like what was it, activated the 4th Hawk statue, or if the stalls are gone here, you may need to just check in other spots. Again, I don't remember. It's been years since I kind of went that route. And so some of the treasures might be in different spots. Like this one that was here in this stall may be in a different area. I'm just not sure. So after the Duchy made their declaration, the Holy States stopped shipping salt. Merchants can no longer trade salt in the capital either. Okay. And let's talk to this guy. Since the fall of House Falks in Telior, many of their people have fled here to Wolfort, and refugees from the Crown City have also come to live within our domain. It is not uncommon to hear of fights breaking out between them and the people of Wolfort. What should we do, my lord? Alright, so this is the soldier. The top option is liberty, middle is morality, and bottom is utility. I'm going liberty. Our domain can only support so many people. Why not convince them to look to Hyzant for refuge? My apologies, my lord, but would Hyzant accept unbelievers and refugees at that, within their borders? Whether they are refugees matters not, so long as they believe the goddess will bestow them with her blessing. This is a terrible option. Like, certainly, but would they not be treated as Hyzantian citizens after that? They would, which is why I will not force this upon them. Even so, we will not be able to accept many more within our domain. Let the refugees know what their choices are and leave the decision in their hands. Understood, my lord. Leave the issue of the refugees to us. Okay. think I'm done here. Let's actually let me go back to the encampment here. Okay, curious what we can do with or if there's anything that we can do here. All right. Yeah, it looks like we've got some new things to buy here. Wow, there's a ton of them. The Rosellan Uprising, Saintly 7, Roselia River Ships, Beagles Nature Records Part 2, Beagles Nature Records Part 3, State of the Grand Rosalian Mines. Yeah, I thought there was going to be some more options here. I guess not. Not yet, anyway. Let's take a look here. I don't actually think I'm going to upgrade anything using the superior. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I want to see if we can... I don't think there's a way to farm the tier 3 items quite yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. Yeah, let's just wait on this. And let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do 2 of these back to back. Quality timber. Oh man, I hated that one. Forces divided. This one was not very fun. All right, but yeah, still looking like we're not going to be able to get the tier 3 weapon upgrade items from the mental mock battles yet. Let's leave the encampment here. And I think we're good to go here to do the vote. Let's just see. These came back from the Crown City. She said there are more Esfrosti soldiers than ever now. Okay. Okay, let's head on in here and do this vote. Alright, so let's start with Frederica. Nation cannot exist without a people. We cannot risk exposing those very people to any more hardship than they have already endured. If we explode the bridge, we can isolate the castle. The people will be spared from our battle. That's generally actually pretty true. Oh no, this isn't good. Oh no, that's fine. So I'm doing the using the secret passages. Here she says, or the we should destroy the dam. She will absolutely not agree to that or be convinced of that. It says, I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall. That's kind of weird. That's the utility choice. That seems really strange to me because I have farmed the crap out of utility, so yeah, that's weird. Anyways, all right, let's actually, I'm gonna postpone this and save. I want to make sure that yeah. You know, again, this in terms of the golden route, this does not matter, so that it's fine. But yeah, let's do the using the secret passages to infiltrate the castle is the soundest course of action. Cyrano, do you truly think Roland's plan is the best way forward? His plan is simple and relies solely on House Wolfort to reclaim the city. We've successfully infiltrated the castle using the tunnels before. I have no doubt we can do it again. Or General of Laura guards the castle. A chance your plan could result in a prolonged battle. Yeah, I don't know, let's go with that.
Surely.
Indeed, General of Laura is unlikely to give up so easily if we had the castle surrounded, and a soldier as experienced as she is likely to have a few tricks up her sleeve. I doubt negotiations with her would go smoothly. If the battle draws on, the people will suffer. It may very well avail us all to end this fight as swiftly as possible.
I need a moment to think.
You, Cyrano, I am happy to know where it is that you stand. Alright, so she's deep in thought. Gila.
Ah, yes?
Benedict's plan gives our surest path to victory, but would incur great damages to the capital, and Prince Roland's plan is far too dangerous a gamble. Call me naive, but I believe Frederica's plan to be the best for all of us. Alright, so it says this one should listen to reason either way. Yeah, using the secret passage. I admit I'm curious as to why you would choose Prince Roland's plan. If we sneak into the castle, we may be able to catch the enemy unawares and rescue Queen Cordelia, or his plan would allow us to reclaim the Crown City unharmed. We could show the people that we mean well. Or Esfrost needs their ships for both travel and transport. Destroying them now would undoubtedly avail us in future battles. Actually, good point. I see. Even if we reclaim the capital, our fight with Esfrost will continue, and by sinking their warships, we could most certainly deal a heavy blow to their military might. Destroying them now would be in our best interest
I
indeed.
require some time to think.
There is much more to consider with Prince Roland's plan than I originally thought. Right, so she's deep in thought. Alright, Benedict is next.
My lord.
Negotiating would only grant the enemy a reprieve, and there is a high chance that Queen Cordelia has revealed the secret tunnels to the enemy. But we would most certainly deal a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces by flooding the city. So yeah, he doesn't like the what is that? That's the morality option. Oh jeez, they texted me. What do we got here? Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so at least here with the option that I want to go with, it says using the secret passages to infiltrate the castle is a soundest course of action. It says this one should listen to reason. So yeah, I'll at least be able to probably convince him anyway. So you would choose Prince Roland's plan. Might I inquire as to why? Even if Esfrost knows of the tunnels, they won't be expecting anyone to use them, or the tunnels are a royal family secret. I highly doubt Queen Cordelia would have divulged them to anyone. Or Esfrost needs their ships for both travel and transport. It would do us well to destroy them at the soonest opportunity. I like that. The Duchy's warships are troublesome indeed, and Esfrost is adept with ships and naval warfare. Even if my plan were to succeed, there is a chance that a great number of enemy soldiers escape using these vessels, in which case it would better serve us to take them by surprise. I understand your argument, my lord. But to perfect a plan, one must consider it from all angles. Let us continue our discussion. Excuse me. Alright, taking the enemy by surprise may grant us a swift victory and reduce the burden on the people, or the more time our plan takes, the more likely Queen Cordelia is to be taken hostage. If we sneak into the castle, however, we may be able to help her escape. Allowing harm to befall the crown city and castle would sully House Wolfort's honor as one of the high houses. We should avoid flooding the city if we can avoid it. I don't know if any of these are even better than the others. I'm going with the top option. I see you've taken everything into consideration, even how this plan may affect governance hereafter. As a tactician, my thoughts are focused solely on winning the battle, but as a leader, you must think of much more. I see where you stand, Lord Cyrano, and I am sure your father would agree you are a worthy lord for your house.
I may have to consult the others.
Thank you, my lord. We have made your stance, or you have made your stance abundantly clear. All right, Benedict's been moved. All right, so that's actually the best outcome so far. All right, looks like Anna is next.
Yes, sir.
The enemy may already be aware of the tunnels, but no one is anticipating a flood. The capital is swarming with Esfrosti soldiers. We must prepare ourselves to make sacrifices if we are to reclaim the city. Alright, so... Alright, so yeah, it does say that she's willing to listen to reason, but let's do, again, using the secret passages... so you share Prince Roland's thoughts, even though Esfrost might know about the tunnels. Let's see here. Only the royal family knows of the tunnels. There is no way Queen Cordelia has revealed their location. Or the flood would destroy the crown city, whereas stealing into the castle would spare the people harm, and I can think of no one better at covert operations than you, Anna. Or the enemy is scattered throughout the city and castle inside Whiteholm. A small and elite force would have the advantage over numbers. I mean, I feel like both of these options are okay. I'm gonna go with the second one. Damage would indeed be great, and if you would order it, I would do everything in my power to see you inside. If we fail, that would avail the people of nothing. Is our goal not to oust the Esfrosti forces from the capital? If we had a means to guarantee our victory, I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to use it. Though the plan is hardly foolproof, I suppose it is still worth considering. Right, so she's deep in thought. Didn't seem like she was too convinced by that. Lastly here is Eredar. Destroying the dam is our best shot at winning this battle. The enemy wouldn't know what hit him if we flooded the city, but there's no denying that the other plans have their merits too. Should we go with our best bet or consider one of the other options? As it says, he should listen to reason with all these. So you'd go with Prince Roland's plan then. What makes you so sure? Infiltrating the castle is proof of Roland's resolve as a member of the royal family, and as his vassal, I wish to stand beside him. Or the Duchy's warships are a troublesome force to be reckoned with. It would avail of us to destroy them at the soonest opportunity. Yeah, let's go with that one. Suppose you're thinking ahead to our battle with Gustadolf, eh? It's true that those iron ships give them a special edge in warfare, so destroying them now would not only prevent them from escaping the castle, but also put a dent in the Duchy's military might. You're always one step ahead, lad. I'm proud of you.
Spot we're in.
You've opened my eyes to the merits of Prince Roland's plan, my lord. It's given me lots to think about. Alright, so he's deep in thought. Let's start this vote.
It is time to cast our votes. In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I'm a little surprised, though, with Frederica, being basically stonewalling that one option.
I believe I can decide this matter with confidence.
Okay, looks like I convinced Benedict.
I will put my faith in you.
Frederica, too. All right.
I agree wholeheartedly.
All right. Looks like Gila also voting with us.
I agree.
All right. Anna, too. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, he was always voting with us, and then Eridor, I think, is easy.
I'm with
you. Yeah. All right. Looks like that's another unanimous vote. Indeed it is. All right, good stuff.
Is decided. We infiltrate the castle via the hidden passage and take the enemy by surprise.
You will steal into the castle and defeat their commanding officers. I see. So Wolfort chooses to walk a wicked path. That makes you no different than Esfrost.
We do not regret the choice we have made.
Then it is time to see it done. It may very well be our best chance at victory. I must return to Hyzant and see Minister Camsell. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Minister Serenoa. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now, the people of every nation are searching for a young standard-bearer to guide them.
A standard-bearer?
Yes, people like you and me. This war is a fine opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
Okay, that is going to be it for this one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.